Welcome to the Heat Check. I am your host, Jacques Slade, and on this show, we talk about some of the hottest releases that will be hitting stores this weekend. Well, with that being said, let's get this show on the road.
It's time for us to show that heat, that this weekend will be on your feet. It's the Heat Check.
Going back in history just a little bit, Adidas Originals is bringing back some basketball love from the 70s. A shoe that was a staple on the courts as well as in the streets, Adidas is giving the old school top 10 some new love. The leather upper is mostly white and Adidas spices it up a bit with navy 3 stripes and a red accent on the collar. You can look for these to release on the 24th. Heat check. Speaking of old school designs, Nike is dipping into their archive, and this weekend, they're bringing back the Air Trainer SC2. Best known when it was rocked by Bo Jackson, the Trainer SC2 takes on a more dynamic colorway with black, cool gray, and a platinum finish. The shoe is a 90s classic and will forever be associated with the Bo Knows campaign. You can look for these with the Bolt Pops to release on Saturday at Finish Line for $120. Heat check. The final chapter in the Kobe Prelude series is here as we take a final look at the Kobe 8 Prelude. Kobe acknowledges the challenges that faced him last season and said that this shoe is all about reflection. Look for the Kobe 8 Prelude in limited numbers on Saturday for $200. Heat check. If you're a sneakerhead and you love the year 1994, Finish Line has 2 releases coming up that I think should be on your radar. First up is the Air Jordan 194. This model takes the Air Jordan 1 and adds some hints of the Air Jordan 10. The overall design stays true to the Air Jordan 1, while the eyelets, the tongue, and the laces are all from the Air Jordan 10. On the trainer side, we have the Nike Air Trainer Max 94. Now this is another silhouette that was built for the gridiron, but it's made its way to the lifestyle arena. You see it here with the white upper, the black neoprene sock liner, and of course those treasure blue accents keeping it OG. Heat check. Retros seem to be getting a lot of love this week, and of course Jordan Brand has their hand in the mix with an Air Jordan 10 Cool Gray. One thing that always stands out on the Air Jordan 10 is the checkered liner, and for this release, Jordan Brand rocks with the black and white pattern. For the rest of the upper, the shoe relies on cool gray and balances it with black trim on the mudguard, laces, and tongue. Now, though they don't really mention it much, the infrared pops on the outsole really help this model stand out. You can look for these to release on the 25th for $170. Heat check. And finally, it looks like LeBron James is getting some love with his signature series with the LeBron 11 Graffiti. Officially called the LeBron 11 Home by Nike, the sneaker channels the emotion of art and beauty of basketball into a brand new look. A contrasting mix of black and white splatter litter the upper and create a portrait-like effect. Nike Basketball makes great use of University Red on the Nike swoosh and liner, leaving the multicolored flywire strands to finish things off on this $200 sneaker. Heat check. All right, let's do a quick recap of the hot sneaker releases that are happening at Finish Line this weekend. First up, we have the Adidas Top 10. Now, this one's only going to be available in the grade school size, and that's going to happen on Friday. Now on Saturday is when everything is dropping over at Finish Line. First up on the trainer side, we have the Air Trainer SC2 and we also have the Air Trainer Max 94. Now both of these are OG classic silhouettes, although the SC2 is in a new colorway. The Trainer Max is in an OG colorway with that white and that treasure blue. Then we also have a couple of things from Jordan. We have the Air Jordan 194, which is a mix of the Air Jordan 1 and the Air Jordan 10. But then we also have just the Air Jordan 10 Retro, and they're calling it Cool Gray because it has that cool gray upper. Now another sneaker we have on the training side, if you're into training, we have the Flyknit Max. There's going to be 2 colorways of this dropping, one for men, one for women, and that's going to be $225. And finally, we have the LeBron 11. This is the Graffiti, aka home colorway. Really like this colorway, the black and the white with the hits of red on the liner and on the tongue. So definitely check that out as well. And that drops on Saturday for $200. Heat check. Well, looks like that's going to do it for the show today. Wow, there was a ton of stuff dropping this weekend. Well, if you haven't already, make sure you visit the links down in the description because it'll take you directly to the shoes on the Finish Line page. So make sure you check that out. Also, if you haven't already, make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe. That way you know whenever something awesome like this is happening right here on this channel. Well, I am your host, Jacques Slade. This is the Heat Check presented by Finish Line, and I will see you soon. Peace.